Call of Cthulhu. Okay. Alright, I'll do this, sure. Okay. Why not? Alright. Who's ready for some Call of Cthulhu? Here we go. One day in Pleasant Acres Valley, Cthulhu woke up in the morning and let out a mighty yawn as he awoke next to his bed. God damn, it's a good morning, went Cthulhu, as he looked at his hot, sexy Asian hooker wife with the fake tits sitting to him next in the bed. Honey, are you gonna make me breakfast today? I am hungry. Hungry enough to eat the souls of the damned. I'm sorry, honey, all we got is eggs and bacon ready for breakfast. God damn, that sounds good, said Cthulhu, as he got out of bed. Not wearing any pants, his long, elastic, tentacled dick just dragged the ground. To which his sexy Asian wife stood up and started doing jumping jack, jump rope, exercise, calisthenics with it, because how else is she gonna stay in tip-top, healthy shape for her undead, sexy, dark one husband? Deep one. Whatever, look. Cthulhu eagerly sat at the breakfast table, waiting for his dinner of the early morning variety. He liked to watch his wife cook naked because, you know, hey, sexy Asian hooker with the fake tits. Why not? Why not? Oh, sure, I'm sure that bacon grease popping out of the pan and stinging on her tits was probably very painful, according to the blisters. But she was married to Cthulhu, for God's sake. He deserved it. He deserved it. So, you know, there he was, and he ate his breakfast. And he noticed that the paper wasn't next to the porch. It was out in the yard. He noticed this from the kitchen window. God damn that little Jimmy Tenderson. I told him, look, sonny boy, you were supposed to put the paper on the porch where I can get it. I mean, you got to understand, I'm Cthulhu. I can't just wear a bathrobe and walk out to the front yard. My massive tentacle dick just drags on the ground. I have no way of hiding it. At least if you put it on the porch, I could just lean over and I could grab it without being an obscene little nuisance or what. And sexy Asian wife, you know, she got tired of listening to it, so she went out butt naked and got it, which delighted all of the neighbor dads, who eagerly bolted out into their front yards and started masturbating furiously into the air, while their delectable little 50s style housewives were inside baking pies. Cthulhu, though, he couldn't just stand out in the yard all day forever. There was more work to be done than spooging in the air. Time to hit the hay. And by that I mean the job. And, I don't know. Look, he got into the Cthulhu Mobile. A 1950s Cadillac Montreal convertible Esquire Escalade DeLorean. And drove on to Spacely Sprocket's Cogs factory. Yes. Because they were industrial aged. They were working on technology for the future. And Cthulhu was the best because he didn't even have to work the lathe. He could just, like, say, and then, you know, then the copper would separate itself into ornate, arcane, deadly and unholy symbols of the darkness. And, you know, that they retailed for like $20 a piece. And he was made CEO, and he is in charge of Cthulhu Cogs Incorporated conglomerate. And he made his sexy Asian hooker wife vice president. And much pre-office and post-office work coitus was conducted on the desk for all of the co-workers to enjoy. You know, breaks were taken away and lunch was reduced down to 15 minutes instead of the usual 30. But one of the benefits was they got to watch him have unholy sex with her every day. You can't beat them benefits. Fuck vacation time, I want to watch Deep One porn. Live. And he did. And they did too. Suddenly, Wally and the Beef came in. Oh, gee, Beef, I don't think Pops is going to like this. To which Cthulhu made their heads burst and shatter all over the walls. Because he fucking hates children. That's why he whipped out his hooker's ovaries and made her infertile all those years ago. God forbid he have children. Because they did not sign a prenup, and he'll be damned if he's going to pay some slant-eyed hooker alimony for the next 18 years. Fuck it. Fuck that shit. If anyone's going to be getting screwed in the ass, Cthulhu thought, it's going to be her. To which he proceeded to penetrate her deep, 20 feet with that tentacle writhing around everywhere. Out of her mouth. Because, you know, hey, it could work its way through the digestive tract. She didn't seem to mind, though, and he was glad because he was able to use the tip to reach out and grab his coffee mug because he had a mighty thirst. He loved his espresso double latte dark. While fucking the wife in the office. Oh, God. Suddenly, Sparta appeared and said, "Yo, Cthulhu, what up, my man? What's up?" To which Cthulhu went, "What's up?" Oh, God. Oh, that's abrasive. That's abrasive. Zop! Yes. Then they high-fived like only real 50s men can. And Sparta said, "Well, I see you're fucking your wife in the office today. Can I help?" And he said, "Sure." To which he grabbed a ritual dagger, slashed her in the side of her abdomen, which grew into another functioning vagina. Have at it! And Sparta whipped out the demon dick and said, "Much oblige." And that sexual scene was too XXX rated for this stream, so we'll just have to go on to the evening shift when they both left and went back home. But before that, Sparta said, "Man, I could use a beer. Let's go down to the bar." Yeah, the bar. So they drove down to the Blue Oyster, and they proceeded to kick every gay macho man dressed up ass that was in the house. Then they changed the name to the Pink Oyster, and Butch Dyke lesbians roamed for as far as the eye could see. Suddenly, a Jewish, Hebrew, Islamic priest man and a moose walked into the bar. The Polish bartender said, "How may I help you today?" To which the moose said, "I need a drink, a stiff one." To which the bartender ripped off one of his antlers and said, "Here, this stiff enough?" And Cthulhu and Sparta laughed their asses off. "That's a good one, you crazy Polak." And he punched him in the arm. Unfortunately, Cthulhu didn't know his own strength and shattered every single fucking bone in his body. "Drinks on the house, everybody," said Cthulhu as he downed all the Jägermeister in sight. Sparta, though, he was a Goldschlager man, because when he took urinations afterwards, he liked to piss solid gold bars. Fuck yes. What did he do with the gold bars? He didn't need money. He was a fucking Sparta man. He just liked to shove them up the asses of poor women who walked by. You know the kind of poor women I'm talking about, dressed in rags and surrounded by cats pushing shopping carts down the street. He figured, hey, if they're going to suddenly not be homeless anymore, they might as well take it up the ass. And the gold bars went straight up there. Cthulhu didn't get it, though. Cthulhu didn't have that kind of fetish. He just preferred to eat the people instead of shoving gold bars up them before raping them, you know, whatever. Look, I can't explain why Sparta does some things. Look, if I had a queer, effeminate son named Dante who wanted to play with dicks all day, you know, I might have weird fetishes too, he thought. So he decided to leave the bar, dragging his 20-foot-long tentacle dick behind him, to which his hooker wife was still impaled and writhing around sexually on for some reason, because, you know, them crazy Asians, them crazy Asian porno stars, they just can't give up the long dicks. Especially when they're made out of tentacles. Did I mention she was sounding like a dead chihuahua at this point? But that's how all Asian hookers sound like when they're in the AV videos. It's like they'll talk to you normally. They'll sound like regular women with Asian accents. But as soon as you stick the dick in, it's like... They want to do the weird thing with the hands where you interlace the fingers. No matter how you're fucking her, they gotta do that queer shit because it's like, oh, we're so connected. This is so deep. I love this porn. Look at the mosaics move. And it's like, you know, whatever. Luckily, Cthulhu was too much of a man for that bullshit. And he just liked to drag her around like, you know, caveman style, except instead of by the hair, it was by the vagina via his dick. What a weird, busy, crazy day it's been, Sparta said to Cthulhu, who was already nowhere around. He left Sparta alone because, you know, Cthulhu, he had to go to bed. Oh, it's hard being a deep one, I tells you what, he said as he took his hooker wife off of his thing and put her into the bed. Good night, honey. Good night, my strange Davy Jones-looking motherfucker husband. The end. Alright. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do with that. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do with that at all. I don't know. And then Cthulhu decided to start dreaming. And what did Cthulhu dream of? But magical sky dragons! Yeah! Yeah! Oh my god, yes! I love fucking sky dragons in the world. Oh god. I am covered in tentacles and fucking a sky luck dragon. Falcor, how do you like it? It's good, Cthulhu. It's good. Oh ho 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 ho. And the Rockbiter joined in, and so did Atreyu, and Bastion fat furiously while going, and the childlike interest just masturbated everywhere, and the torrent of rain enveloped the nothingness and drowned it in her girl spooch. Oh my god! Fantasia was saved once again by the love and ever great kindness of the Cthulhu Overlord. Oh god, he's the best! The best! Oh. What the fuck have I just been talking about?